Hey guys, Ponce here, and today I just thought I'd talk a little bit about the first day of the League of Legends World Championship stuff. Since I did just, make that prediction video, first day, everything going basically according to how I thought it would. Well, in fact, going exactly how I thought it would. But there was, nothing too hard to predict there. Probably the most interesting and sort of telling stuff, though, was in the first game versus Samsung White and Edward Gaming, as sort of my title kind of alludes to. But yeah, the early game I was watching it. I'm going to switch over to some footage in a sec here, but let me just kind of intro into it. Now, the first game, or the early game rather, there was some really, really good precise stuff. I was very impressed by, like stuff I'm just not used to seeing from watching NALCS stuff. Where if I'm going to watch pro stuff, it's mostly what I see. It's just kind of understanding of characters and matchups down to a very, very minute mathematical level, where they kind of understand how much damage is going to be kicked out, down to like the single digits almost, it seems like. And the engagements are just very, very crisp and understanding exactly what you're going to do to kill the person and getting out exactly with the right amount of HP. Just a kind of a very precision level that I don't see very often. So I was very impressed with that stuff from both teams. But then something weird happened. When you start to get to late games, some very weird things are going on. I don't know if it's like arrogance or just people started screwing around or what. You'd think they wouldn't screw around, especially from what I've heard of how strict sort of Korean gaming houses are. You just like get yelled at and you like you don't get to eat or whatever shit if you mess up. But yeah, let me just switch over to the footage here. We're gonna go to the point where this is about how much in is this? This is 34 minutes in. They're about to take the Baron. Samsung is. You guys probably remember this scene specifically, actually, if you're watching, because this is this really stuck out in my mind. Is what the hell's going on here? Up until this point, things have been pretty good. Especially from the Tristana. Tristana's like fed. She's just gonna wreck everyone if she plays properly. At this point, Tristana just has to position it and right-click on things. It's not very difficult. So, Samsung's just going to get Baron here like this. They've already secured Baron. They don't really need to do anything insane at this point. But watch the Tristana. She's right here. You can see her on the minimap. Because of the camera angle, you don't really see it too well, but Tristana, bam, she's jumped in at this point, along with the Kazakhs, while her team's over there. And then and now she's dead. So the 5-0 Tristana, who's just like crazy amounts of damage, goes in on her own and dies. Like, what the hell was that? This is the kind of crap I see in my viewer custom games while I'm streaming, and then I yell at my team for going, why did you do that? Ponce told you not to do these things. Don't try and think for yourself. So, I mean, I hear this, who is it, Imp, I believe his name was? He has, like, kind of a reputation for arrogance or something. I think I remember him doing the exact same thing in Season 3 World Championships, I think. I don't know. The name sounds familiar. I remember Tristana jumping in at Worlds like that and just being insane. And it's just like, if it wasn't for stuff like this in the fight I'm about to show in a minute here, Samsung would have won like 10, 20 minutes earlier than they did, but it just, I don't know, that was weird. So, I don't know. I'd have to think that in like the world stage, you're not going to be screwing around and like intentionally doing dumb stuff. That shows there's some problems there. Perhaps a possibility for other teams to be able to exploit, but we'll see what happens. The next point, it happens actually the exact same thing happens again at the 55-minute mark. I'll just fast forward here. So let's go over here and let's turn the quality up. For some reason, it just shit the bed there. All right, there we go. So we're just gonna go forward a bit like this. Eventually, Tristana's going to get herself in a weird position again. See, there it is. Tristana, she just jumped in. She's right up there. There she is. Tristana right there. Jumps in on her own. Like, what the hell is that? Zillion is already blown his ult here. And so. Tristana tries to get out, but nope, she's dead. It's just like way too much confidence in your ability or something. And that's not even confidence. That's just insanity. Again, if Tristana had just stayed back and they'd fought normally and just killed them normally, and then they had a full HP 80 carry, they would have won the game right here. But instead, this game goes on for I think another like not quite 10 minutes, but a little bit longer. I don't know. It's almost like their AD carry wants to be a top lane tank or something just from their playstyle. I don't really know what's going on there. I mean, and if that like I said, if this keeps happening in future games, maybe the Korean win isn't, Koreans winning Worlds isn't an absolute shoo-in anymore at this point. I'd have to imagine. Whoops, that's the wrong thing. There we go. No, I'm gonna have to imagine this will probably stop. Like maybe management is gonna yell at this guy and go, "You do that again, and you're off the team" or something. But no, it seems I'm being particularly harsh on this guy. I believe his name's like Imp. I think, yeah. But I'm saying this just because everything else about this game was pretty much immaculate, except well, Pawn got cut out a few times. I remember, incidentally. He's only like part of my name, but so yeah, I don't know. Like just everything else was so sharp, and I was impressed by that very mathematically minute precision. Then there's insanity like this, where it's just stuff I see in either solo queue or in my viewer custom games, where just people jump in and do this crazy stuff. Like I don't even, if there was a plan behind those sorts of plays, I would understand it. But I don't see what the possible gain was to do stuff like that. So I don't know. Maybe it's just early, qualifier round arrogance, and that'll die off. But unless that's curtailed, I mean, maybe some of the other regions do stand a chance of at least getting relatively far. We'll see how things go, though. I think probably just Korea's going to end up steamrolling everyone regardless. But yeah, that's it for me. I'll see you guys around. I look forward to watching future games in the Worlds. Probably no more videos on it, though, but we'll see. Bye.